Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl, aka Coach KB, the Faith Girlfriends and Purpose Coach. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I hope you're enjoying my videos. That's one of the things I love to do. Not only am I a coach, I am a motivational speaker, nope, transformational speaker. Yes, I passionately serve women, preferably over the age of 50, to unleash their authentic beauty inner queen. So yes, I am a transformational speaker. So yes. So anyway, today, last week in my last video, we talked about timing is key. And in that video, I mentioned something about creating in chaos, and I want to talk about that a little bit. Maybe some of you can relate to creating in chaos. Like I said, I last week I've been on this journey for quite some time, and it's been an uphill battle for pretty much a lot of the journey. And the reason why I felt like I needed to do this video, because I think someone out there, because this topic came to me as soon as I got off that video last week, and I wanted to just come in and just say, it's going to be okay. Chaos, we can't run from it. We can't hide from it. I wish we could, but we can't. Creating in chaos sometimes is a potential for growth. And let me just tell you a little bit of story why I know and how I can relate to this. 2023 and 2024 was not a good year for Coach KB. In 2023, I lost two brothers within a 6 month span of each other. Yes, one in February and then another in September. And that was just, yeah, mind blowing in itself. Two back to back. One kind of expected, one not, you never expect death. I don't care who it is. You just can't. And you can't wrap your head around it until you're in it. So that was 2023. And in 2023, that is when God called me out of a job where I was working with inmates that had been previously incarcerated. And he just called me out to start a different journey. And I'm not really sure. I wasn't sure at the time what that was, but I am sure now. And that was 2 years ago when he called me out of that, April 2023. So that was in the midst of my first brother's death, and then turned around and my second brother death died in September. By the time my second brother died, it I was just creating or getting ready to get my feet wet in the coaching arena. And I remember laying in the bed probably 2 or 3 weeks after he died, and I had no will to just get out of bed. I just had no will, no spirit, nothing. I didn't care about coaching. I didn't care about nothing, just nothing. And I remember talking to God, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. And he whispered to me ever so softly, said, you got to get up and you've got to fight. And he gave me Psalms 23, which I have it posted right here by my desk, that I read daily. And that gave me the will to get up because the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. So that day I got up and I began to fight. So I began creating all of this coaching in the midst of that chaos, right? 2024 rolls around and my 32-year-old nephew dies unexpectedly at the age of 32 in February. Oh, are you kidding me right now? Is what I was thinking. I just have to take a little sigh right now just to flush that back out. But once again, I'm creating in chaos. I'm like, okay, God, we just came through this. Are you kidding me right now? All right. So in the midst of that, I'm still creating. In the midst of my nephew dying, I got a um, I got a very good encouragement again to just really live my dreams. A little bit about my nephew. He was a great athlete, just the best probably in the state of North Carolina in his heyday. His funeral was like standing room only. And I got the courage from him. Like he didn't get to live out his dream by being in the NFL. I think he could have been the first person in our family to be in the NFL. I'm just not even kidding. So I got my encouragement from him to live out my dream through him. So I got my encouragement through him. Once again, creating chaos. All right. March rolls around, and my mother gets sick. She takes a turn for the worse, ends up in the hospital, and she never comes home. Got sick on her birthday. and went into a nursing home a week later, and she never returned home. She ended up passing in May of 2024. So anyway, talk about creating in chaos. Your girl knows a little bit about creating in chaos. I'm kind of still in the midst of that. Some days I don't even know how I get out of the bed, and then I'm still here. I'm still here. So I'm saying this to you. Creating in chaos is a gift. How could I say that? How could I say that with a smile and a straight face? Because it is. It is our growth stage. And three things I want to leave you with. I always want to leave you with some things you can take with you. In the midst of chaos, courage. I just talked about that with my nephew. I found the courage to get out of bed and create in chaos through the death of him. The one thing that I will, when I speak, when I begin my speaking, I will use him as one of my stories to get out of bed and create in chaos and get the courage to do it. Get courage from others to be able to live out your dreams, and they can live their dreams through you, if that makes any sense to anyone that's listening. And of course, you got to have faith. You've got to have a little bit of faith to know that deaths aren't in vain. I have the most peace knowing that my loved ones are where they're supposed to be, and I will see them again. And that gives me the faith to get up every day and create in chaos. Some days a little bit harder than others. And some days I feel like I get this breath of energy from somewhere, and it's got to come from them. I feel like they're shining on me every day to get this breath of courage to just get up and do it. I'm rooting for you. I'm your biggest coach. I'm your biggest cheerleader. You got this. Know that we're happy for you. You have no reason to cry. You have no reason to be sad. You have no reason to feel anything. We're not there, but we are celebrating with you on high. I get that courage from them every single day. So that's another thing. The courage to do it and the faith to do it and the fight. That get up and fight just spurred me on that day laying in the bed and giving me that scripture, Psalms 23, just is something I can take with me every single day. And you got to find a little comfort in that fight. You got to find a little comfort knowing that your energy is coming from a space probably where they're looking over you and they're just rooting you on. You ever wonder sometimes how you do get the courage? Because I was just talking to my husband last weekend. It's like sometimes I avoid going to the grocery stores in our local community because everybody knows my family in this little small community. Everybody knows everybody. Because sometimes I know if I run into somebody, I have to have that conversation, and I just don't want to have that conversation on some particular days. So I avoid going in there. But sometimes, we have to take on that courage and that faith and that strength to have those conversations. But sometimes when I see people and they look at me, I feel like I get that look of like, oh my God, I don't even know how she's even walking. Well, I don't either, but I am. I don't even know how I put one foot in front of the other, but I am because I have the faith and the courage and the fight to do it, even in the midst of chaos. So I'll leave you with this. If I can do it, you can do it too. Sometimes we find our growth in the midst of chaos, even the worst chaos. Your chaos may be way worse than mine. I don't know what it is, but I know you've got exactly what it takes to keep on keeping on. All right, so that's my tidbit for today. Continued, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my Facebook page, and go to Instagram, go to my Facebook page. And you can also go to my website, sign up for our newsletter that we get bi-weekly, and stay encouraged and just keep up with the latest and greatest. All right. That's it for today, y'all. I will see you soon. And in the midst of chaos, you can be great.